And welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to weekend previewing all of this weekend's Premier League and Championship action, if any of it's still going ahead, but it seems to be a few games at least, and let's start off with Aston Villa versus Burnley, and it's an interesting one. Villa obviously getting a really good win over Norwich in the week, Burnley a solid draw with West Ham last weekend. Obviously their game in the week was cancelled, which was a bit disappointing, but both teams are coming to this in confidence. But I just think, looking at the two squads, Villa are slightly stronger at the moment, so I'm going to go for a Villa win. Moving on, Leeds take on Arsenal at Ellen Road, and Jeff, for Leeds, after the 7-0 defeat to Man City, they really need a win after that defeat to Liverpool in the week. That was embarrassing. But for Arsenal, they come into this one on a really, really good run of form. 2 wins on the trot. Definitely looking better, especially with that win over West Ham. They're looking good at the moment, and they have to be considered favourites for this game, surely. I do think they will get the win, and I'm going to say it will be 1-0. Moving on, Wolves take on Chelsea at Molineux, and yeah, this is another interesting game. Wolves, obviously a really solid win over Brighton last time out, good result, but Chelsea, just when you thought maybe they were going to come out of that run of form with that last minute winner over Leeds, giving them a bit of confidence, they faltered at home to Everton, so that's a really, really disappointing result. And yeah, now you could start to say they're dropping a bit behind City and Liverpool, so they need a win here, and I do think they will get it. I think this could be the turning point. I'm going to say a 2-0 Chelsea win. Moving on, Newcastle host Man City at St James's Park, and yeah, this is a big game for both sides. Newcastle obviously went 1-0 up early on against Liverpool, but were poor in the end, and City obviously getting that really comfortable win over Leeds, so they'll come into this one full of confidence. And I did say in the last video, could City be going on a similar run to the one we saw last season? It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I think they'll easily have enough to get past Newcastle here. I'm going to say 3-0. And then finally, the final Premier League game is Tottenham versus Chelsea, and this is a big game. Tottenham obviously haven't played since the 5th of December, 2 weeks ago, so yeah, it could go either way. Either some of their players could still not be fully recovered from COVID and struggling a bit, or they could be coming into this one refreshed and raring to go. Against Liverpool side though, who just look really good at the moment, 5 wins on the trot, in fact more than that, absolutely flying, and I do think Liverpool will still have a bit too much quality for Spurs. I'm going to say 2-0. Moving on then to the Championship, just like that, and we're starting off with Barnsley versus West Brom, the Valor and Ishmael derby. Barnsley, obviously, yeah, the table's not looking pretty at all for them at the moment. 8 points off safety. Looking really, really concerning. Lost last time out. West Brom, even with a COVID outbreak in their squad, had a really comfortable win against Reading, so they're finding their form again after a bit of a disappointing spell, and I think they will get the win here. I'll say 1-0, but I could easily see it being a few more, to be honest. Moving on then, Middlesbrough host Bournemouth at the Riverside. Middlesbrough, yeah, their last 3 games have been really, really good. 2 wins and a draw. They're absolutely flying. To be honest, under Chris Wilder now they've found their form. But Bournemouth, yeah, just winless in 5 games. Really struggling for some wins after such a great start to the season. They need to pick up their form here desperately, and I've got a feeling this might be the game they do. I'm going to say 1-0. Moving on then, Blackburn host Birmingham at Ewood Park, and yeah, Blackburn 4 wins on the trot now, on a brilliant run of form, just brilliant run of form. They're up to 4th now, 5 points clear of Coventry in 7th, and only 4 points off the automatic promotion zone. I don't think even the most optimistic of Blackburn fans could have predicted that at the start of the season. Against the Birmingham side, who are just really inconsistent as ever, and on the current form at the moment, I can only really see this going one way, and that's a comfortable home win. Moving on, Blackpool host Peterborough at Bloomfield Road, and Blackpool, yeah, their form's kind of going down the pan a bit recently, it's fair to say. Winless since the beginning of November after going on such a great run, against the Peterborough side, who obviously got a crucial win last time against Millwall, but they're still 2 points off the relegation zone, so they need a win here. Blackpool only 8 points above Peterborough. They just don't want to be sucked into a relegation battle really, but with their recent form that's a possibility, but I can see them getting a win here. Peterborough, I'm still not convinced by them at all, so I'm going to say a win for them. Moving on, Bristol City host Huddersfield at Ashton Gate, and Bristol City, yeah, I think they'll come into this one with relative confidence. 4 points from the last two. Yes, it has been against Derby and Hull, but still a battle of upturn. Only lost one of the last 5 against a Huddersfield side who have just picked up 2 points from the last 4, or are unbeaten in 2, depending on the way you look at it. But yeah, I think this will be a close game actually. Not much to call between the two sides, which is why I am going to go for a draw. I'm going to say 1 apiece. Moving on then, Forest host Hull at the City Ground. Forest, they come into this one with 2 wins on the trot and comfortable win against Swansea last time out, against a Hull side who are unbeaten in 5 but have drawn the last 2, so maybe that form's tailing off slightly. And yeah, Forest, with the form they're in and the job that Steve Cooper's done so far, it's incredible that they're only 4 points off the pass given the start of the season they had. They'll come into this one fancying their chances surely, and I think they will get the win. I'm going to say 2-0. And finally, a game that would have been a Premier League game last season, Fulham against Sheffield United. And Fulham, they're the draw specialists at the moment. They've drawn the last 4 games. Against Sheffield United, they've won the last 3. Criticised the appointment of Paul Heckingbottom, but credit where it's due. It's definitely worked out so far for them with their 2 wins so far. So yeah, I don't think this is clear cut for Fulham, but I do think in the end they will have something. They will have a bit more quality than Fulham. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, don't forget to comments down below. Follow me on Twitter in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to the channel on screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.